Okay, so now we're going to head into forest. First I'm going to take care of my home space here. And this is now version 0.4.4. A couple of things that have changed since the version that I did my prairie walkthrough is in a next update of version 0.4.3, they added back the aviary shortcuts on the bird statues. So now the bird statues in all the levels have a function of giving you a shortcut back to aviary. So that's the only change that has happened. 0.4.4, I honestly can't tell what's changed. It doesn't seem like anything. So we teleported to aviary, or actually I returned to game, and this is where I left off. So I'm going to go check out my quest guy, light some purple candles, collect some seasonal wax. You can see the wax balls are little asterisk shaped, little star shaped. And I get to forge a seasonal candle. Somebody dancing. I kind of I managed to be pretty much alone on this run through, which was kind of nice for my purposes. I don't have any masks. I haven't spent candles on anything. And I don't have hearts to spend. I think I have 6. The game gives you a couple to begin with now. Forge a candle. When a blinking red dot happens by your candles, it means it's time to tap on them or click on them on macOS. My emote menu, everything with the little blue cape stamps. Yawn. So I'm not sure where that wax is coming from. Oh, now I visit the quest guy to tell me what to do to earn more purple candles or seasonal candles. I was looking for somebody to follow, but there's nobody around. You can follow a stranger. You do not have to even light somebody. They can be a dark shadow still, and you can still click the follow button. You just can't hold hands with them, but you can follow them still and get that quest. I did that later. Into forest. It's one of the prettiest entries. This entry can be a little wonky when you're with friends though, and always has been. It disconnects and stuff like that. But I love this entry. It's just so pretty, and the music, of course, is fantastic. Remember to take a picture. I wasn't entirely sure this would be doable solo as a brand new player, but it is. I have 3 wedges of cape, and I was able to do most everything. This is your first, I think your first big dark plant. Big-ish dark plant. They get bigger. They come bigger. See the bird statue over there to the left? That is now a shortcut to aviary. I'm going to run over there. At least partial. That used to be a constellation map that gave you all your collectibles. See, there's the aviary shortcut. But they went away from that. I've done a lot of trial and error stuff. See how this goes over. And I actually didn't mind the constellation maps. My only problem was that if you tapped on something, you changed into it and then couldn't change back. So I'd suddenly be wearing a red cape when I really wanted to be wearing my black cape or something. So people complained about that quite a bit. Other than that, though, I thought they were okay. But now you don't really have an idea of what emotes are where, which also, other than looking at your remote menu, which I'll do a few times in this level, to see what's gray, you don't really have an idea of where emotes are, which is exactly how it was when I started the beta. And it's preferable, I think. You get a hint when you're in the level, but you don't get a hint outside of the level of where emotes might be found. Here's our cave. This is referred to as Toby's cave. Toby is a player who can frequently be found there napping. And it's just a thing, finding sleeping Toby. So there's a message candle that says "Welcome to Toby's cave" or something. I'm not sure I saw it on this. I think I did. Yeah, I see it. There you go. Toby's cave. One of the few I liked. This one I deleted. They annoy me, but the candles themselves annoy me because they're everywhere. And they do get in the way sometimes of what you're trying to do. Okay, here's our first quest. And this is going to be the second quest we've run into that actually has a little story going with it, which I like these. These are so well done. You also have a timer of sorts here. And this timer is the light doesn't like to get wet. The mask doesn't like to get wet. So you got to keep it out of the rain. So that turns red as it gets wet, and once you get to a place of cover, it will turn blue again. So I was trying to take some pictures of the scene. These guys here. I just think this is really cleverly done. Granted, I didn't understand when I first tried to do this. I tried to go straight to the light. That didn't work. So go through the little tunnel, where we can stay dry a little longer. I was trying to get a picture and it would not, the camera wouldn't sit still. Move a little forward. Does that work? Not really. There we go. About as close as I'm gonna get. Oh, and I got a little friend. And see, as long as it's in the tunnel, it doesn't bother, it's fine. But once you get out of the tunnel, that red starts to come around it again, saying, "Getting cold." And he didn't know where to go. I'm like, "Come on over this way." Oof. I lost it. This is when it can get tricky to be with somebody else who doesn't know what to do. And I chirp a lot saying, "Come this way, come this way, come this way. I know what I'm doing." But granted, when I didn't know what I was doing the first time, so yeah, that's how it goes. And then I think lost it again. See, this is what's hard is, you know, they can hold you back and they can also take it from you, and it's like, no, I want to finish the quest. So that makes it difficult. Because they can, I mean, if somebody could get in there and just get in your way, and intentionally, and I don't think that's what that person was doing, but it could happen. And that's what was a little bit bothersome. And I don't know this person. You know, they're a complete stranger to me and would not accept my candle. It just occurred to me. I didn't realize this. You wave at the ancestor when you open their map. So she was in his map. So she probably didn't even see me giving the candle. She was probably busy looking at the map and maybe even buying stuff from it. But I didn't realize that until later on, that I never saw the animation of the waving when I looked at a map until this playthrough. So, learn something new every day. So if you see a person waving at an ancestor, they'll probably say, there you go. Oh, look, it waved. Okay, get it now. They're probably looking at the map. I am not a sky expert. I just play the game and pass on my observations. And she did follow me, but we're gonna part ways, I think. There used to be an emote right there. It's gone. Another. I forgot to go up there, but the rainbow. This is a seasonal event, or a world event, which happens at, this is a clock, and it says 5 o'clock, and it's 5 o'clock Pacific time, TGC time, basically. And that tunnel goes somewhere, and I completely forgot to come back. But there's the rainbow. You can see it's after 8 o'clock my time. That's the time you see there's a aviary shortcut. Trying to charge each other up. And then she ran off. And I don't think as a new player you have enough cape power to get into that tunnel. I didn't try it. But yeah, it's something I'll have to do is go back there. There's not much there yet, but I imagine there will eventually be. But I'm pretty sure you're going to run out of cape power before you can get up there as a new player with just 3 wedges of cape. I was kind of tickled though that I got the rainbow. That was kind of cool timing. Okay, and then back that way is where an emote is. So this is kind of back the way we came in this little sort of bridge. And if you just tap forward, you'll go exactly where you need to go on those things. There's no finesse required. You just tap, or flick your finger, or click the forward and space bar on the Mac. So I think it'd be W and tap the space, something like that, so that it's just a one movement rather than flying, and you just go exactly how you need to go. This emote took me, because I already had the emotes the first time I played, I only found the end of the emote sequence, so it took me a while to find this. Back here in the little sequence, I think this one's adorable. This one's just adorable. They're all really nicely done. I really like them all. A little tedious to keep having to collect them, especially if you do this for somebody and then later on find somebody else who needs to do it, and you're like, like I said, when you've already collected it, you can't see the mask in the ground, so somebody else needs to actually pick it up. But once the circle, I had to, my brightness, so I could see, once somebody has picked it up, you can then see the circle, and you can see a grayed out version of the flames, so you can help somebody else get it if they need your help. I was kind of glad I was alone on this one, because it's tough to do with a group because they don't know where to go. Most of the time they're going to try to go the wrong direction over there where we are coming this way. And the stay out of the rain thing is hard to communicate. So I'm just flicking forward and I'm going exactly where I need to go. Don't need to press fly at all, just flick forward. I'm going to take it under the shelter to kind of recharge it. And then up the steps. It is interesting though, she has the old hair. This emote used to be somewhere else and she had that hair, but when you get to the end it's a different hairstyle you get. It's so cute. He's taking her. He's protecting her from the rain. Here I'm trying to take pictures and my thing is in the rain. I was like, oh no, hurry. Sometimes there's a bit of a delay when that light gets to the, see now she's got pigtail braids. And this emote, or that hairstyle, actually I should say, is long awaited in the beta. I guess it was available early on before I started the beta and then taken out. And then the pictures, the banners and stuff like that on the website, on the Facebook page still had the pigtail braids, and people were like, where are the pigtail braids? And for a long time it was just kind of running kind of little joke about, you know, every time they'd ask for cosmetic additions, somebody, usually me, would say pigtail braids, and big, you know, so ongoing for months and months and months, and then they finally added them. Everyone was on about the pigtail braids. It was kind of cute. And this is when I realized, oh, you wave. I get it now. Jeez, that's why people are waving at the ancestors. Okay. Duh. I always get turned around here, but I think for once I didn't. I realized where I was. Then none of that wasn't back there before, so it's a little disconcerting. This is where the angry emote used to be. It's now at the end of this area. So there used to be candles there, and there aren't anymore. There's just lanterns. This spot needs something now. It looks kind of bare, vacant. And there's another new little cave with some little buggers in it. Somebody had already started this quest and lost it. Here's the crabs. These guys can knock you down, and I think I've experienced now them taking a candle from me, but I could be wrong. It seemed though after I got hit rather badly by them, I was sure I had lost a candle. I don't know. Maybe it was just a bug, but say yeah, they're coming back to get it. These guys who had started it. When I saw them in the process of it, I'm like, oh, that's cool, but like, oh wait, I want to show the whole emote. Dang it. So there's another one with the people out there, the scene, the guy down there. I can't tell myself what he's doing. Okay, you can fly with this thing, but you kind of got to be on the same page with your friends if you're with somebody. And this poor guy kept falling. Wah! And he's down. So I have the thing, but now he has the thing. And then we almost lost the thing. I think he's having trouble. Yeah, he's having trouble maneuvering. It's not easy. And he's down again. Dang it. Poor guy. And his friend is up there. There's a couple of people. I don't know them. A couple of people. So I'm like, can I make that jump myself? I think I can. And again, as long as you're in the area, you will still get the emote if you come up here, even if you're not in the circle at the time. Got him. So sometimes it's a challenge to get that light to click. Here he comes again, and his friend is over there. And we gotta get this over here before... I'm not sure what this has to do with hide and seek. No clue. But this is the hide and seek emote. And my favorite hairstyle. I have worn that hairstyle since day 2 when I found it. Back in March. Up, and cape upgrade. Hooray! And she's just some spells and the hairstyle. I didn't look to see how much it cost. I wonder if I can afford that hairstyle on my new account. I should find out. I don't care about the brown cape, I don't care about the shorts, but the hair is everything. Some of this dark stuff is hard to burn. I'm having trouble getting it out of there. Okay, there we go. Another quest with some little scenes. I think all of them in this area have had that now. Again, if you just flick forward, you go where you need to go on the beams there. You don't have to fly or do anything fancy with the controls. I didn't realize I was losing. Oh, crud. There we are. Again, I'm not really sure. I can't tell what he's doing. This is another one where you have the scenes of one ancestor, but then a different ancestor ends up. In the menu scene. I wonder if they're in the process of updating all of that, though. I'm really curious what direction they're going to go with all that, because there's got a bunch of different things going on, it seems, with these guys, with the ancestors and how they look. So suddenly we have this guy. This is the same image scene it's always been right here. Angry emote. He used to be under that little place. That's my quest. I just got the 4 spirits. I wasn't all about collecting candle wax in this. Mostly just interested in getting through to the emotes. Didn't even register that those guys, not making any friends on this run, it's okay. I don't care so much about that anymore. Certainly not on a new account, and I've got the people I know on my normal account. Not after collecting much on this one. It's gonna go away. This one's not gonna stay. I'll get it through Storm and then get rid of it. It is interesting though to see what the game looks like as a new player, because things change so much. And now you see my grayed out emotes. Those are the 2 emotes that are available in this general area, so the area between transitions. So we just went through a transition to get here, and the next transition isn't until you go into a building. There's a call, the whale call there in gray, and then the crying and the deep, I call it a deep bow. Hands, on the knees, forehead to ground, deep prayer bow kind of thing. The Chinese Buddhists bow that way, and I think the Muslims bow that way. Oof, I think there's another way to go there, but anyway, it's back behind the tree. And this one, when I tried to do it with people, I had so much trouble. Mostly because none of us knew where we were going, and I didn't have the, I was helping. I couldn't see it, and it was hard to see. I didn't see the scenes. Because here, when you're collecting the emote, you see the guys here. these images of the people. But when you're just helping to collect it, all you see is the light flame, and it's gray and hard to see. So, you know, helping is possible, but it is a little bit challenging. You got to rely on the people who can see it to kind of guide you, especially when you've never done it. And this one, I already had the shield, so I didn't see anything. I had no idea what this was about. Chopping down a tree. And I can't quite, I'm sure other people have figured this out, but I can't quite figure out what that had to do. I couldn't jump down. Down, not up, down. I'm turning red, oh my god. No. Don't make me do all that over again. And I have to stop to take pictures. Oops. I'm not quite sure what all that had to do with this guy bowing to the sky. That's almost like a I don't know. Don't know that one. I think why I never noticed the wave before is I've probably never been in the view of the camera before, since I'm always chibi. I'm always little. And I don't think the camera, I ever saw that full animation of myself at those maps before, until I did this run as a normal sized person. I'm sure that's why I never noticed that. Because now it's so obvious. Okay. This has an area I did not point out in this run through. It has the eagle's nest, but it would again be hard to get to as a first timer with so little cape. So I'll have to do an additional video to kind of show those other places with my normal account. Although, I mean, there's not that place that I mentioned that I didn't go to that cave. There's really not much there right now. There's nothing there right now, actually. So we're going to build the bridge. The winter, the seasonal emotes are only findable once. So once you have found them, they always appear. You don't have to collect them again, even after like storm and resetting. So you only see this quest once. And I'm not sure, I think this is the first time I saw it, doing it here. The whole quest. I mean I've helped people get it, but I've never actually seen the whole thing, because I already had the emote. So the ancestor was always over there. And see, it's purple. The other ones are blue, I think. If I'm thinking right. This one's purple for Winter Quest. Somebody built the bridge, so kind of interrupted me. The mantas. Oh, and I have a friend. Friend came to help me. And there's seasonal candles there. I'm curious to see, I really am curious to see if these move, how this, if we're still in the beta by then, at the end of the season. So this is the Blowing Kisses emote that used to be in mountains. So it's been relocated here. And you get some leggings, boots, leggings and boots are the same. It's actually a little, and I forgot to click it. So I'll come back and click it. I was taking a picture of this little sphere you see here. That's a bug. And then down here for a cave. You can only get into it right now this way, and I see why now. The other way is blocked until you've done this emote, it seems. So it's green on this side, but it's white on the other side, unless they've changed it in this version. But you can see the scene, which is kind of cool, of them. Was it a cave-in where they got trapped? Seems like it might have been. So they got trapped in here and people got hurt. Was it a mine? Don't know. But the emote you receive tells you something bad probably happened. The camera was acting funny. I didn't care for that. And I could not tell what this was. So what I was trying to do is look and see what's happening, but my eyesight is very, very bad. I can't see distance and I can't see close. So it has to be middle distance that I can see. And when it's something I want to see detail of, I mean, I have to have something right at my face to see it. And I didn't look that closely. I'm not quite legally blind, but getting there. So blowing kisses, and see its location on the emote map is still over where it used to be, in the indicating it's a level ahead of where I am because of all the emotes not collected. But they'll probably adjust that. And all he has, it's the crying emote, and all he has is emote upgrades in his inventory. So I went back here, I realized that I had not looked at this map. So I'm going to come back here and look at the Birdman map. He's got blowing kisses and leggings and mask. And I have images of these on the wiki. Images of what all of these look like. Obviously winter gear is only going to be available during the winter period. You keep it, but you won't be able to collect it after the winter period ends. And here's where I realized, shoot, I'm alone and I need some help. So I actually spent some time waiting for one of my alternates, and then ended up having friends and having people join me anyway, so I didn't need my alternate. But had I not waited, either way I had to wait. So I'm going to skip ahead here. Okay, so here we go. This is my Mac OS account that I'm needing here. And like I said, then I realized, I ended up with people helping. I did not have somebody help me. I needed the help for the whale call. Here's friending. Here's somebody wearing the glow buff. So that's what that glow spell looks like on somebody. It's very bright, as you can see. And it's for 15 minutes. So you touch that and you're glowing on your own screen for 15 minutes. And everybody else is you're with. So he went on his merry way, thankfully, because that's very bright. They did open the door for me though, so you're not going to see the door opening. Anyway, I went back for the well call. Which is over this way. You can kind of see. Oh, and then I noticed there's seasonal candles right here to collect. So we'll do that. And then we'll go over here to the whale bones. TGC and whales, not sure. They had whales in Journey too. And here's my little trick to dark material, is taking out your white candle. So beginning a friend action, or beginning a friend purchase, like not high five because that's just one candle, but like a gift or hug. Just begin that process and don't continue it. And you take out your candle and hold it, and it burns a little faster through this stuff than the red candles, your normal red candle does. So that's why the little person there has the white candle out, is to help burn this stuff quicker. Now you also don't want to lose your light here, because I have had the whole thing reset when I lost my light, which kind of stinks. So don't lose your light, just go back and warm up. And for some reason she ran off. No idea why. This used to be a lot harder for a little while to do yourself. It works again, thankfully. For an update, they were making everything. Oh my god, everything relied on more than one person. It was quite annoying. Like, I don't want to have to be. I mean, I like friends. I like traveling with people. I like playing with people. I don't want to have to all the time and be unable to do anything when I'm alone, because, I mean, personally, I'm going to stop playing, because it's just, sometimes my friends are not online, you know, and I still want to be able to play and collect and do things. So, definitely a process on that, the whole exchanging and gifting and currency and friend costs and hearts, all that's, they're testing out what works, what kind of responses they're getting with every change they make. I'm sure that's a big part of their processes. The stuff is one thing, it's the interactions with people that's the big focus. And honestly, they are never going to get it right for everybody. Ever. It's impossible. Okay, so up here the door is already open because I had people go in ahead of me, which turns out I didn't need my alternate. Oops, dropped myself outside. Okay. At first it looked like there was nobody here, and then I saw people. Where did I see somebody? Here I have the whale call, and I have a thinking emote in gray now. And so I already see wax, so clearly somebody's here. So there's a door mechanism there you have to open, and then here somebody's. And here I'm going to show you what to do if you don't get the candle icon where you should. So clearly I need the candle icon to light this thing, but it wasn't appearing. So what you do is you go up into your remote menu and you click on the flame, and it brings out your candle. Obviously a brand new player is not going to know that's what they need to do here, but anytime there's a button that you think you're supposed to light and you're not seeing a flame icon on it to tap, just take out your candle manually like that. And that mechanism does not always work that quickly. Sometimes it takes a little bit before it all comes together to get this animation. This guy is another seasonal emote map, and the seasonal emote map is not working in home space, so you have to look at this map here and purchase here at this time. In 0.4.4 it's the same. It does not work in home space. Neatest blue cape. The blue cape my Mac OS account was wearing is this one. Here's Adventure Pass. Right now in the beta, it doesn't cost anything. It says it does, but it doesn't. Unless they changed it in 0.4.4. That little one on the right, why do they even have it small? But anyway, I love that look. That's the look of my iOS right now, is that little one on the right. That's a new piano icon there. Hiding notes. So that's all for that guy. And that is Forest. There's a ginormous dark plant back there that needs multiple players to burn. This lame flying. I did end up collecting a little bit of wax here. But for the most part, that is the end of Forest. There's dark plant, there's dark material to burn here to collect candle wax. And that's about it here. There used to be a kiosk where you got the small mask, but you don't get that anymore. But this had a kiosk where you got the bell-bottom pants too. You don't get those leggings, sorry. Don't get those anymore either. So here's our cutscene, elder cutscene for Forest. This is where you get this guy has the dreadlocks, long dreads. I'm looking through the emote map again. Then I'm gonna go collect a little bit of the dark stuff just to get some candle wax. Oops, missing. Water looks really nasty. There are crabs over there, and these crabs here can take your emotes. At least they have in the past. Crabs can be mean. You don't want to mess with them too much. But if you big chirp around them, you can knock them out, and then you can pick them up. Triangle there is a select button for the mantis, just like it was in Prairie. They don't really take you anywhere here, though. The same select button will appear on a person, though, if you see them up ahead, and you can select and follow them. See, I selected, and I'm not being taken anywhere specific, just kind of circling around. I'm not quite sure why there's a select button on them, but there it is. Make sure I'm going the right direction before I take off. Okay, so now I've landed. I'm just going to go back to aviary. That's how you use the bird statue for teleporting back to aviary. And that's going to show me another door, basically a door button that I've opened. This is something I just noticed on this 0.4 point whatever updates, is that instead of needing 6 players to open the storm door, you simply need to activate 6 buttons. So as you could be able to see when I'm up here, I can only activate 3. Only 3 are lit for me to do something, to interact with. 1. So 1 for Isle, 1 for Prairie, and 1 for Forest. I can't do anything with the other ones. They're dark. There's nothing there for me to interact with. So that's interesting. It used to be required 6 people, but now it requires you to have visited 6 levels. So that's interesting. An interesting change. As far as I know, Aviary Storm still does not follow After Vault. And here I'm trying to see. This keeps resetting me on hugs. I know I've hugged at least 1 person. I've hugged at least 2, actually. But it's telling me I haven't. See? Mad. Damn it. Well, I'm just gonna have a temper tantrum, but I don't have that emote yet. I can cry though. And think. So, that's all for now. Bye-bye.